Hi everyone, Fabiana here from Creative Swimwear, and today we are going to make this one piece. This is a medium size and that's the size we are making, but during the video I'm going to explain how to change each part of this one piece to make it even smaller or bigger. This is a medium, as I said. Okay, so to make this one piece, I used I sprayed yarn, I sprayed cotton yarn, which is the same of this one, but because it finished while I was making it, I don't have it anymore. But this is the brand. I'm gonna put on the description below the same one if I can find a similar one in America, but it's 100% cotton and it's 4-ply, as you can see. So to work with this yarn, we need, it says needle size 325. I'm using 2.1. You can probably use maximum 2.5, otherwise the pattern will change and the bikini, the one piece will be bigger. Okay, if you use more than 2.5. If you have 2, it's okay too, but it has to be a little hook because we need this to be closed enough that's not see-through. Okay, and also we need elastic just to make this part here. That's the elastic that I used, and we also need this elastic here, and this is silicone elastic, I guess. So we're gonna use this silicone elastic, and I'm gonna show you a little secret at the end of how to work with that elastic and crochet around this part here. As you can see, it's a stretch as well, but I only put elastic from here to this part here, and that's why I didn't use this one in this case. That's another solution for you, you know, if you want to add elastic to your bikini. As you can see, it is here. So I'm gonna show you how to do that too, how to make these grannies and everything, and like how to build this piece. It's not a very easy piece to figure out by yourself, and so yeah, let me know in the comments what you think as well, if you like this. If you like this pattern, it's very important for me to know what you guys thinking, because I need to make better and better videos. Anyway, I have this pattern on my website, and I'm gonna put on the description below as well. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I did to make this one piece was to make the bottom part of it. And so because I already made a few bottoms like that on my channel, I'm gonna just link one that's very similar, because all you're gonna do is decrease stitches and then make a few rows with only 10 double crochets and then increase again for the back. So I started here with 42 chains on the beginning, and then I made the first double crochet in the third chain from the hook. Okay, and then I just double crochet across for the first 2 rows, 1 double crochet to each double crochet, and then from the third row I started decreasing 1 stitch on each side. Okay, until I reached 10 stitches here, and then I made 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 rows with 10 double crochets here, and then I started increasing again 1 stitch each side in each row, each single row. Okay, so I'm making a medium here, and I have now, sorry, I have 8 inches or 20 centimeters. Okay, so like I always say, if you are making a small, consider reducing the number of rows in the middle here or anywhere you want. Just make around 18 centimeters for a small, and in case you're making a large, 22 centimeters. So increase. I normally make more rows in the middle here, in this part here, okay? Or if you don't think at the end, when you finish this last row, if you don't think you have enough, you just keep making a few more. And then, so after I made this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go around the entire piece with just a normal double crochet row. So from here I'm going to make 1, 2, 3 chains to the side, and then I'm going to double crochet in between both rows here. And then chain 1, and again double crochet in between the next 2 rows, and I'm going to repeat that all around this piece. I'll be making this row around the entire piece. And so here on the corner, when you get to the corners, what you do is you make 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and then you make another double crochet in that same stitch here, which is the first one, and then we chain 1, skip 1 here, and double crochet in the next one. So chain 1 and skip 1 underneath, double crochet. And then always in the corners we are going to do the 4 chains to turn and make the stitch on the same place we made the last one on the other side. So repeat that all the way around it and on here too. And then we're gonna start the sides of this bikini, of this one piece, and also add the elastic for the legs as well after making the sides. After going around the entire piece, all I'm going to do is chain 1, and I'm going to double crochet in that second chain from the beginning, right there. And now from here I'm ready to start one of the sides of this bikini, of this one piece. So all I'm going to do is chain 2 or 3. It doesn't really change much on the pattern, okay? So I normally chain 2. Chain 2, double crochet 1, 2, chain 1, double crochet 2 more, all in that same stitch, and then you're gonna double crochet right here in the middle of this, in the middle of the second chain here, and you're gonna double crochet. Okay, and then go up to the next row, chain 2, and then we're gonna repeat the same thing, double crochet 1, 2, chain 1, double crochet 2 more, and double crochet in the first double crochet. Here I'll be making around 20 to 22 of these rows here, and then I'm going to join with the other side, and right after that I'm going to add elastic on the leg part of this bikini, okay, of this one piece. So repeat that there all the way, and then I'm gonna show you how I join on the other side. And then I'm gonna show you how I add the elastic as well. So I made 20 rows, and now I have from here to here around 9 inches or 23 centimeters. Okay, on this, only on the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's already inside out, so I'm facing the wrong side here, and then I'm going to join them together with slip stitches. Actually, normally I make single crochets, but it's up to you. So I'm going to skip from this last double crochet here. I'm going to skip one of the chains, and on this second one I'm going to make my first slip stitch, and then I'm going to turn this work to keep making the rest of the stitches. So I'm going to go underneath here this second chain and inside this second double crochet on the other side, and then I'm going to single crochet here. As I said, it doesn't matter if you single crochet or if you slip stitch. Okay, as you can see, they're the same. I mean, it doesn't make any difference on the design. So inside this second, underneath this chain here, and inside the other stitch, we're just actually joining both together. And so inside the second double crochet here and inside the last double crochet on the other side. Okay, and then we're gonna turn to the other side again, because we are going to finish this we want to finish this one piece, the leg part, because we're gonna add the elastic here. So we want to finish this facing the right side always. Okay, always our last row we're gonna make on the right side, because we want a nice finishing on the right side, not on the wrong side. So here you can either do what I always do, which is going to just make one more chain here to close, just close this, the joining we did there, just closing it so it doesn't open. After joining both sides together, I stitched here 3 elastic pieces, 2 for each leg hole and 1 for the waist. And so the way I measure it is double it up, and it's around 2 fingers less than the full size of it. And I just wanted to show you how I do it. So I do it on the sewing machine, and so I tape both sides together, because sometimes I need 5 of these or more, because depending on the design you need more elastic pieces. So I tape both sides together, and then I just do this on the sewing machine, and then after that what you do is just cut it. Okay, the tape I use is the tape, the very thin one, that's for clothing. So, and then it's more thin as well than if you do it by hand, so yeah, it works better. Anyway, the longer one is for the waist. Make sure the 2 pieces you cut for the leg holes, they're the same size, otherwise there will be a difference at the end. And so grab one of them, and then we're gonna start working on top of it. So I always place this part here, right in underneath here, in between the legs, because you don't want this to show anywhere, and it's more hidden there anyway. And then place this here, and we can start working on the top of it. So you're gonna place this elastic right underneath your work with your hands, just like this, underneath the crochet, and then you're gonna crochet on top of it. So you're gonna go underneath here, grab the yarn and make your first single crochet. So we'll be making 2 single crochets to each row. So it's one right in the middle here and one in between them. So the second one's here, and I'm gonna show you how we cover. I'm covering the elastic as well. Sometimes if you need to make more, just make a few more, one more stitch or two. Just the main thing of this row here is to actually cover the elastic enough so you can't really see the elastic from the front. So that's how it looks like on the back. And all you have to do here is, because remember that this elastic is smaller than the full leg space, so we're gonna be pulling only on the sides. So on the sides you pull a bit, and that way it's gonna look stretched like that at the end. Here the same thing I did before. I cut this elastic a few, like 3 fingers smaller on each side than the total side of it, just because I want this to really hold on the body. And so I finished this side, making this side on the waist, not on the leg. So I'm gonna finish the leg later after this. And now I want, again, this part where it's stitched, I want on the back. I don't want that on the front, or maybe on the sides, whatever, but not on the front of this bikini. And so from here, where I just finished joining both sides, and here it is, I'm going to start again working on top of this elastic. And so I'm going to put the elastic right underneath and then just make that single crochets on top of it again. Now, because we are working on this part, it's very important that you really cover this elastic, because we don't want this elastic showing mainly on the front of this bikini. Repeat this all around the piece, remembering that we want to stretch this elastic, pulling it only on the sides, not on the front or on the back. So when you get to the front, you still need to have this amount of elastic. So the front and the back are flat, and the sides have this stretch. Okay, so finished my bottom here, and see how stretchy it is. That's what we wanted. And also we can't really, basically can't see the elastic underneath it. And so here I place a marker right in the middle of this part here, because we're gonna have to join the blocks after, right in the middle. So we need that. To do that, just fold this part here, so, and then place that marker right in the middle of it. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside, because now we're gonna make the blocks, and that's how they look like. I already made 3 of them. And so this box made with a magic ring. And then it has 15 double crochets in the first row, So we're gonna chain 2 and make 14 more double crochets. So 14 for the first row, around 24 for the second one, and 36 on the last one. So we're gonna randomly increase on the second and the third row. I increase every 2 stitches, so I'll be making this one and then I'm gonna show you the next one. So you should have 15 at the end, counting with the 2 chains on the beginning. I'm gonna join here on the this second chain from the beginning with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2 to start the next row, double crochet 1 in the next double crochet, and 1 more. So here we're gonna count 24 stitches at the end, so I'm increasing every 2 stitches. Just make sure you have around 24 stitches at the end. 4 stitches here, going to the next one, 36. So chain 2 again. In the next stitch make 2, and then for 2 just make 1 each. Then on the third one make 2. So we need to count 36 total at the end, so just, you know, increase in a way that you're gonna have 36 at the end, but not all the increases are at the same place. So here on the third row I'm going to have 36 double crochets, so make sure you have 36 at the end, and then after you made around 24, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I'm going to make 24 here, and then I'm going to join with my other blocks, that I already made. So you're gonna be doing that too. If it's the first one, you just make 36 double crochets, but from the second one you have to be joining them in the middle there. So I'm gonna be counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Made around 22 stitches. Okay, I made 23 here, but it actually doesn't make much difference anyway. Around 20 stitches, and then we are going to join right in the middle of this next one, depending of, I think it looks better here. So I'm going to join right here with this other one. So the way I join it is I'm going to just single crochet there, and then after I made that single crochet I'm going to keep making my double crochets on the other side, so make sure you have 36 after that. And after finishing this block, don't cut the yarn, because we're gonna keep working with the same yarn to go around these 3 blocks with making chains. And I finished my grannies here. I joined them all together, just with 1 single crochet each in the middle, and I finished here in this position. And from now on I'm going to chain 5, and I'm going to skip 3 underneath, so 1, 2, 3. In the 4th one I'm going to single crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, fourth one, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, fourth single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, fourth one, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then skip 1, 2, 3, fourth one, double crochet this time, and then here count 1, 2 in the third one from the middle, so 1, 2, third one from the middle, same position. We are going to make another double crochet. So this is what we have now, and we're gonna make 5 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna repeat that same thing again, 1, 2, 3, and fourth one, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, fourth one, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that same thing, 1, 2. In that third one, just because we have a bit less stitches, this this row is not exact the same, just because of the number of stitches that we did on one side and on the other side, but it's important that we have 3 arches on each side, so 1, 2, 3 arches, and then here I'm going to skip 1, 2, third one, 1, 2, third one, double crochet, so always that 2 double crochets in between the squares, the blocks, and then 5 chains. So I have both sides here, and now I'm going to join the blocks with the bottom. So I'm going to do this on the go. So what I'm doing is, instead of 5 chains here, I'm making only 2. So when I reach the bottom of this last granny here, I'm making 2 chains here. After I made 1, 2, 3 arches on this side, I'm making the one to join, so chain 2, and then from the marker we're gonna count 1, 2, 3 stitches, and that's where we are going to single crochet to join. So on the third stitch from the marker we're going to join here, and then we're gonna chain 2, and we are going to skip that same 3 here, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, and then 2 again, chain 2, and then here we're gonna skip 3 stitches that way, so 1, 2, in that third one we're going to single crochet here, and then 1, 2 again, and then skip 1, 2, 3, in that fourth one we are going to single crochet. So I'm just gonna make a few here, 5, because we are going to go up the same way we did the way down, but I want to show you how it looks like here. So this is right in the middle. We can actually remove this, we won't need this anymore, this marker, because we already placed this. So this is how it's looking like right now. Okay, so this is the start of the middle of our belly part of this bottom. So you're gonna make this other side the same way we did this side. Okay, so just repeat that around. 1, So I reached the top here. I came all the way on the other side, and here this last arch, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to double crochet 1 in this first where I started, double crochet 1 there. So right now you're in the middle of this arch, so you can start straight away the next row, and the next row is only gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. So chain 5, single crochet in the next arch, chain 5, just wanted to show you how it works here, and then you're gonna have an arch in between that both that double crochets you had before. So just repeat that all the way to the end, and then when I get to the end I'm going to just join the last arch with this, and I'm gonna show you how. But first stop the video here and finish this row all the way to the end. Here to join with the other side here, with the main part of this one piece, just look for yourself where it sits better, but I think I'm going to, from this one in the middle here, I'm going to skip 1, and on the next one I'm going to single crochet and then finish cut the yarn off. So I chain 3 here, and then I'm going to skip 1 from this one, skip 1 to this side, and then I'm going to slip stitch just because I'm finishing with this yarn here, and then you can cut it off, and we're gonna start in this same stitch here but on the other side. Okay, make your slip knot and then put it through that same stitch. So we're gonna skip 1 here in that second one, we're gonna slip stitch and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So this side, because this side has to be exactly the same of this one, I think so, right there. I could probably have skipped 2, that's okay. So single crochet and then repeat this all the way to the top, same way we did with the other side. So let's see how this looks. It looks good to me. Okay, and then after finishing this, we're gonna start the one side first and then the other side, because they're made separate. So yeah, I'm happy with that, just in case you want to see how it looks like now, because that's a very difficult part of it. And now just keep going all the way until you reach here, and because here's the middle, that's where you're gonna be making your slip stitch to just cut the yarn off. To start this next part here, what I did was I placed 2 markers, one each side, in the same place. As you can see, it's right in between this first row on the side and the second one. But what you have to have is 20 stitches from here to here. So count 20 stitches, that's what you need. Okay, and mine, when I finished counting, was here, right in the middle here, of this first and the second row of the side. So here is where we're gonna start. I'm gonna start making this side, and then I'm gonna show you how I made only one time. Here I made one of the sides already because they are both the same. The only difference is that this side you're gonna start on the right side, and the other side we are going to start on the wrong side. So turn it around and start here where you place the marker with a slip knot on your hook, and right where you had the marker we are going to make a slip stitch. So chain 2, skip 1, 2. In the third one we are going to have 2 double crochets and 1 chain and another 2 double crochets all in that same stitch, and then we're gonna chain 2 and skip 1, 2, 3. In that fourth one we're gonna chain double crochet 1, chain 1, skip 1 underneath, double crochet again, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and one more time, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. And then we are going to chain 1 here and then join with the first arch of our granny here, just single crochet in that first arch, which is the next one, just this first one here, and then chain 1 and repeat the same row. So we're gonna double crochet on top of each double crochet and chain in between them. So it's 1 each. We're gonna have around 24 rows in this all the way to the top, and we are going to be decreasing all the way to the middle. So we're gonna be decreasing all the way to row 12 now, just to make that shape for the belly, this shape here. That's what we want. So we'll be decreasing stitches all the way to this row here, and then we are going to start increasing stitches again from the top, from the middle to the top, to have enough stitches to make the top part. So these stitches here on the beginning of this row of the rows, they're always gonna be the same, which is 2 double crochets, 1 chain and another 2 double crochets, always in chain, and then 2 or 3 chains to go to the next row. I normally use 2, okay? I think 3 is a bit too much, but yeah, up to you. It won't change much because we are going to close all this later with a single crochet row at the end. So double crochet 2 here, chain 1, double crochet 2, and chain 2. Third row here, we're still gonna work with, we're still gonna have 5 double crochets, but we're gonna be working in the middle here. So work double crochet in chain this time, and then after this row we are going to start decreasing stitches. So the last one I'm going to make in chain here, and then I'm going to chain 1, 2, join with this side, with this, the grannies here on the next arch. So single crochet in arch, chain, and then turn your work, and then from now on we are going to start decreasing. So we're gonna work again only double crochet in chain. So here 1, always with a chain in the middle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 chains, and then the corner. So in the next row we're gonna have, let me just show you here, in the next few rows we are going to be decreasing 1 stitch in every row. So here I had 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 4 times. So when we get make it all the way to you have 2, and then I'm gonna come back and make these 4 rows here. They are a bit different, okay? And then we are going to start increasing to make our top part. So now I have 7 rows and 2 stitches there, 2 double crochets. And now from now on I'm going to start working with 2 chains here, just because I have only 1 stitch. I'll have only 1 double crochet here. I'll make 2 chains here just to make it a little longer. And then I'm going to double crochet in chain again, 2, and then I'm going to be repeating this row until I have 11 rows. And then we are going to double crochet right on top of this double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2 and single crochet in that next arch, chain 2 and repeat. So repeat this 3 times. We're gonna have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, we're gonna have 11 rows. So repeat 2 more times the same row here, and then we're gonna start increasing again. So row number 12, so just so you know, I'm counting the rows from this part here, just from the belly part. I'm not counting the rows off the bottom, okay? So row number 12, we are going to again chain 2, turn our work, and then we are going to double crochet in that double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet again in that same double crochet, chain 2 and make the, I think, shell stitch, this stitch, and then from here we are going to be increasing in every row. So every row is gonna be like the next one I'm making. So chain 2, and then we are going to be making the first stitch right here in these 2 chains we had underneath. That's going to be our first stitch, chain 1, second stitch right in the middle in chain, chain 1, third stitch in chain again. So we're going to be always working in chain, and then we're going to start making 1 chain at the end like we did before. So single crochet, chain 1 and turn the work. And then the first stitch we're gonna be make 1, 2, 3. We're gonna be making right here in this chain here. And then chain 1. So our next few rows are going to be like that. So you increase all the way until you have 10 double crochets here in this part here, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do next, because we're gonna repeat. We're gonna make 2 rows with 10 stitches and 2 rows with 11 stitches. I mean 11 here in the middle, okay, which is these 2 last ones. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So we have 2 with 10 stitches, 2 with 11 stitches. We're gonna finish the last one with 11 double crochets in here. So I'm gonna be increasing all the way until I have 10, and then I'll come back and we're gonna finish this rest of the top and then finish the whole. So now I have 21 rows and I'm on the second row with 10 stitches. So what I did here, I still put that double crochet in chain on the beginning, but at the end I'm not gonna put a double crochet in chain on the last one. So now I'm going to chain one here and single crochet in the next arch there, chain one, and then here I'm going to increase again because I want 11 at the end, just to work the thing, just to make it work right, because I need that number of stitches. So I'm making that first double crochet in chain here, and then I'm going to have 11. So repeat this row here and then make one more row with 11 stitches, and then we're going to start this row here. So in this next row here, I'm on row 25 now, counting from here, and I'm going to just repeat this first stitch 6 times. So chain 2, double crochet 2, chain 1, double crochet 2, and then chain 1 in between them, and here right on this that's very easy. So skip these 2 chains here, skip also the double crochet, and in that chain we're going to make again 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 other double crochets, then chain 1, skip this next chain here with double crochets. You're going to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then in that next one, so it's going to skip one space here, and then we're going to repeat that again. So we should have 6 all the way to the end. So I have now 6 times these 2 double crochets with a chain, and now at the end here I'm going to chain 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to join right here where I did on the other side as well with a single crochet. So in this next arch from the middle there, and then I'm going to chain 6 again to start the next one. 2, 4, 6, and then turn your work, and then on this one, that's where our strap's gonna be, on this one. And I forgot to say, so if you are making a large size and you need this a bit wider, this is the time where you should make one more of these shells here, right here. So instead of 6, you're gonna have 7, okay? Because otherwise there's no other way to increase after. So if making a large, make one more here. If making a small, we just change the number of rows later on to make a small, okay? So right here you would have one more shell. I'm making only 5, okay, 6, okay? And now here, after my 6 chains, I'm going to double crochet 1 in chain, chain 2, and double crochet another 1 in chain, the same chain, and then chain 1. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Repeat this all the way to the other side like we had here, because this is where we're gonna put our straps through at the end. So after making this row here, I'm actually gonna cut my yarn off here because I want these shells to face my way. Otherwise the shells, you're gonna see the back part of it, and I just actually realized that. But anyway, we are going to start exactly on the same place where the other stitch on the other side is, which is the first chain here, this first chain. So slip knot on your hook and put the hook through that first chain here, and don't worry about that much about the finishing of this, because we are going to single crochet around it later. So slip stitch here and then start with 1, 2, 3 chains, and then the shell. So our shell now it's gonna change. We are going to make 3 double crochets, 1 chain and another 3 here. And then in between them I'm going to single crochet in chain. And then again in this very next one here, in between both double crochets, I'm going to double crochet 3, chain 1 and double crochet 3 again. And then single crochet here. So repeat this all the way until the last one, the same thing, and finish here with double crochet in that double crochet here, and then we're gonna make the next row. So here I started with 3 chains and then I turned my work, and now I'm going to single crochet in that chain, the very next chain here, single crochet, chain 2, and then double crochet in that single crochet we had before. So 1 double crochet, 1 chain and another double crochet in that same single crochet, and then chain 2, single crochet in the next chain, chain 2, double crochet in the single crochet, 1 chain and another double crochet. So repeat this all the way to the other side, and then we're gonna make a row of shells again. Then finish here with 2 chains and a half double crochet in the last double crochet here. So just a half double here, and then the next row is gonna be 3 chains to start, turn around, and now because the shells are gonna be here in this space and not here, we are going to start with a half shell, which is right in this next stitch here. We're gonna make 3 double crochets, which is a half shell, and then we're just gonna repeat that shells. So 3 double crochets, single crochet in that single crochet, and then another shell. So 3 double crochets, 1 chain and another 3, all in that same chain here, always, all the way to the end now, and then single crochet in the middle. So repeat this all the way to the other side, finish this row, and then we're gonna make another row of this. I'm just gonna repeat because it's a bit different, but we'll be repeating this for few rows now, I'm not sure how many, until, so we keep making these rows with the same number of shells until we reach the nipple. So if you want to try on yourself, if you haven't tried yet, try it, see if the height's good for you. and see if this is gonna cover your breasts. Okay. One more thing that I was gonna tell about this one piece is that because this middle here is like this, there's no way to make it smaller. So the way you control how much smaller or how much longer it's gonna be is only on this part here. So if you're making a small, you have to make sure you make this a few inches less or a few centimeters less. I normally use 2 to 3 centimeters less on the total side of the bottom, just because we can't change this. Just because of these 3 blocks, it has to be always the same side, so you're gonna remove a few rows of the bottom part of it. And also the top is not gonna be, this is a medium. For a small, the top we are going to start decreasing in less, so you're gonna make less rows. So that's what I'm saying now. When you reach the nipple, that's when you have to start decreasing, because that's halfway on the size of your breast. And so yeah, just make sure you try it on just to see if, you know, if it's working for your size. And if you are making for people to sell or something like that, just make sure you make one for you before, and you get the pattern right before you start making other sizes. I always do that for me as well. I make my size and then I resize to other sizes after. Single crochet here, so single crochet here, and then double crochet 4 times at the end. 2, 3, 4 to turn, and again chain 1, single crochet here in the first one, chain 2, and then we're gonna have these same stitches here. Double crochet, chain, double crochet, all in that same single crochet underneath, chain 2, single crochet here, chain 2, double crochet, chain, double crochet, in the single crochet, chain 2, repeat. Okay, so after this row here, because this row is exactly the same of this one, we're gonna be making this one only with shells again, and then we're gonna be repeating this one and repeating this one again, and this one, and then this one one more time. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm gonna let you know how many rows that I have. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows, okay? Exactly the same as these ones. So I made here 10 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows, or 5 times this shell stitch here with 6 shells, okay? And from now on I'm going to start decreasing, because I reached half size of this part of the top. So I'm going to chain 3 to go to the next row, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to straight to the next shell. I'm not gonna make that half shell on the beginning, so that's the way I'm going to decrease. So 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and another 3, so the shell doesn't change. We're gonna keep making that same shell, and then the 1 single crochet in the single crochet from before. So repeat this row around, and we're gonna finish with a double crochet, but I'm gonna show you the end of it, and then I'm going to show you the next row as well, because from now on we're gonna have less shells in every row we make, because we are right here on this part here. So I have 5 shells here this first time, and then this, on the second row, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's the way I'm decreasing. So I'm gonna show you this first row, and then all the rest are a repetition, really, just decreasing shells, so we can get that shape for the top part. And then right after that we are going to single crochet all around this piece. Finish this row with a double crochet right here in this first chain from the beginning of the other row. Okay, so both sides are the same. And then straight from here, chain 2, and then we are going to make single crochet, chain 2, that same row we made all the way here. One, two, and then we are going to place this right here. And then for the next row again, start with 3 chains, turn the work, and then see here we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 shells, and that's how we're gonna keep repeating until we have only 1 shell. That's our last row, and then we are going to single crochet all around to make it look nicer. So my last row here, I only have 1 of these double crochet part. So my last row here, and I'll only have to make 1 shell at this point. So I started again with the 3 chains, and I'm going to make 3 double crochets, a chain, and another 3. And then finish it off with a double crochet in that second chain like I did before. So all the rows actually look the same. If you want to have a better look, that's how it's like now. So I'm going to just cut this yarn here. And then at this point now, just try it on yourself. See if it is good, the size is good for you. And see as well, I think I'll make a full row of single crochets, and I'm going to make them really tight here on the side, so this part doesn't stretch too much after using in the water. So in this part here, as you can see, is stretched already. And because in this part here, I don't want a thick elastic like that, and I want the elastic to go only from here to here, I'm going to use this other technique that I learned a few years ago when I was looking for ways to put elastic in crochet bikinis. And you can actually use this same way to put elastic in any piece you want, really. Okay, so I'm using here is silicone elastic, I guess, It's very fine, and you can actually crochet with it like it is, like if it was a normal yarn, but it is stretchy, as you can see. Don't know if you can see because it's clear. But it's stretching, is very fine. So what we're gonna do is, I'm going to start here, and I'm working on the back of this piece, because as you can see, it's gonna stay like that. It's gonna look like that at the end. And this is a very good technique as well if you are making bottoms that are tie bottoms that you tie on the side, but you still want them to be a bit stretchy and hold on the body. That's a good technique to use for that too. So we're gonna pull that elastic through that part there on the back of our one piece, and then we're gonna make a knot here. Later on we're gonna cover this knot with that last even 2 knots. Just make sure this won't open, otherwise this work with this elastic opens really easy. So make sure you make a good knot there, and then put the hook through any of the stitches, pull it, and make a chain. Okay, and that's the way we started. So we're gonna stretch this a bit, a lot, because we want the end to be elastic. So this second here, I'm just gonna put underneath this here to make this first stitch. So repeat that one. And we're gonna be working slip stitches, okay? So I wanna work in between the rows. So I'm going straight to the next one, and I'm going to stretch it. And then in the middle, then here. So you're gonna be skipping as you need, as you feel like it, but it does have to feel like it's stretching. So just see how it's going like this. But I normally skip. I make one, most of the time, like just one stitch in every row. Just here, and I'm going to cover this with entire row of single crochets, because we need to cover it. Okay, so yeah, this is how it's like. It's gonna hold this part here, so I was a bit worried that was gonna after swimming or going to the pool, was gonna get too big. But with this helped to hold the piece. So make sure you make a really good knot at the end. And then straight away we're gonna cover this with last row of single crochets that we are going to make the single crochets on the facing the right side of the one piece. So I'm going to make here another knot. Make sure you make a few knots, because this elastic opens really easy. So making one more knot here just to secure it, and then when I go over it with the single crochet, I'm just gonna cover this tail of elastic so it doesn't come undone. So make your slip knot to start it, and then we're gonna be covering all these tails right on the beginning. So I'm going to start here on the bottom part with a slip stitch right here, and then I'm gonna be going up here, covering both tails. Fold this, make sure it's tied, and we're going to be making more stitches than we made with the elastic. Around 2 stitches in every row, okay? So one in the middle of, in between both rows, like I did here, and 1 stitch in the middle of the row. So I'm just going to single crochet all the way to the top and around the top. So I'm going to single crochet all the way here. And if you want here, you can make your neckties as well. Straight from here, go up with 100 chains and come back with another stitch. I think I'm gonna do that, so I'm gonna show you how I did and how long it has to be. Tie with 100 strings going up that way, and now I'm going to make my way back with the edging. And so to do that, I'm going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook here, then double crochet, skip 1, 2, 3rd one, single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, double crochet in that same place where you had the single crochet, and again skip 1, 2, 3rd one here, single crochet. So repeat that all the way back here, and then keep making the single crochets around. And that's how it's looking like for me. I'm not making 1 single crochet to each stitch I had here because I want this to hold, so it has to be a bit shorter, a bit more tied. So I'm not making 1 single crochet in each stitch. I'm actually making around 2 single crochets in every row that I have. So here, finished it off the whole piece, made my single crochet all around it with both neckties, and now I'm making the tie string for the bottom, for this part here of the piece. And as you can see, I hid that elastic here, it's right here, so it shouldn't open. Okay, and that's how stretchy it is. We don't need it to be very stretchy, we just need a little bit to hold on the body when we wear it. So now I'm going to make that tassel I always do on the beginning, so leave around 50 centimeters or 25 inches of tail at the end. That's what I do, leave a long tail. And then using double yarn, I'm going to just make a slip knot and chain. So I'm making 180 chains because I like a big string to make a lace on the back. So yeah, around 180, 200 if you are a large. And 150 you can make a bit smaller if you are a small size. So I'll be doing that now, and then I'm going to pass this string through this part here. That's why we made that row like that, open like that, so we can put the string through here. And that's how the middle looks like, where we had the chains. That's how I did the work here. Okay, so finish this there, and then that's the last thing we have to do for this one piece. So this is our one piece finished. You can see the whole thing. I'm really happy with the results of it. It's really stretchy here and here as well, and it has a good hold in here, in this middle part here, which is very important. So it's gonna hold on the body well. The top's exactly the size that I wanted it to be. I think this would fit top B to C. Okay, maybe a D if you don't like much coverage. Some people just like little coverage. Okay, but you can easily make it bigger, as I said when we were making it, and that's the strings with the little tassels. So this pattern is available on Etsy as well, and on my shop, on my website. If you want to buy the pattern to follow the instructions on the pattern, there is written instructions and also the charts, okay, just in case you think you need more, you need the pattern as well to have a look at it. And if you want to help me, just buying the pattern, I sell my patterns for a really good price compared to other people, just because I want people to learn it, because it's so nice to make swimwear. And so you can also click on that button, thanks, to help me buying the yarn, if you like, because I don't have a yarn sponsor, so I've been buying my own yarn. So to make this one piece, at the end I used less than 100 grams of yarn, which is really, really good, because you normally use 3 rows of 50 grams for one pieces, but because this one, this part here doesn't take much yarn, it was just under 100 grams of yarn. And I love this spray as well. I thought it wouldn't look that nice, but it's actually really cool how it doesn't match. I like that. So that's it, guys. That's my tutorial for this week. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, because otherwise I won't know if you guys are enjoying my tutorials or not. I'm always trying to make them better. Like some person said that I put my fingers too much in front of the work, and some people are, they look at the videos more visually because they don't speak the same language. It's a lot of Spanish people that watch it, and I'm trying to make that better as well. So please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, and whatever you think. If you want to see other stuff, me making other stuff, let me know as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye.